Welcome to Stuff You Should Know, a production of iHeartRadio's How Stuff Works.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark. There's Charles W. Chuck Bryant. Here's our brand new producer from now on, Josh. Other Josh. Have we said your last name, Josh?
We don't do that.
No, okay. Sometimes we say Jerry's.
Jerry quit.
She really did. But she did it like that kind of like quiet, silent way where she just
like
stopped showing up. Yeah.
Jerry didn't quit everyone, we don't think.
We're not. It's not entirely certain, Chuck.
Until I see her sitting in that chair, then I'm assuming she's quit.
What if, Chuck, she sent us a video of herself saying, I quit. I'm so sick of you guys. I'm done with this forever. Would you believe it then?
But the lips didn't quite match up.
Yes.
Then it would be a deep fake.
It would be a deep fake. I saw a tweet. I don't remember who it was, but they were, maybe Ryan Lizza or somebody was complaining. Said, why do we call these things deep fakes? And somebody schooled them on it. It was kind of nice to watch.
Who said this?
Ryan Lizza, I think.
I don't know who that
He's
is.
like a CNN correspondent,
Gotcha.
journalist.
So, first of all, we want to issue a COA here that maybe kids shouldn't listen to this one.
We're talking about some really everyday, dark, harmful stuff.
Yeah, really despicable, gross stuff. The only thing I can think of that would be worse than covering this would be to do one on like snuff films. I kept thinking of that while I was reading this.
I don't know, man. I don't want to pit types of despicable media against one another, but I think revenge porn might have a leg up on this.
Well, which this sort of is as well.
Right? It's definitely a close cousin of it, at least.
Yeah, but this one isn't for kids. And I was shocked and dismayed because I didn't know about this. And when I saw it's a podcast on faked videos, I thought, well, how fun. Because I love those videos of David Beckham kicking soccer balls into cans from 100 yards out on the beach.
That's for real.
No.
Yeah.
And it's just coincidence that he's holding that Pepsi can up.
I saw it with my own eyes.
I thought that's what this is about. I was like, oh, those are fun.
It is kind of.
But then I wanted to take a bath after this.
I can understand.
Ugh.
So we should probably start out after the COA by saying what a deep fake is. A deep fake, DEEPFAKE, all one word, is a type of video where somebody is saying or doing something that they never actually said or did. Which you say, okay, this is nothing new. This has been around for a while. Like people have doctored photos and videos and stuff like that for basically as long as there's been videos.
Or CGI.
Sure. This is different. This is in the same ballpark, but this is an entirely different league. Like this league plays on Saturday and Sunday afternoons, not Tuesday night. You know what I mean? Like this is something totally, just let it simmer for a little while and you'll be like, wow, that's a really good analogy. This is just, it's different. It has a lot of the same in principle, but because they are so realistic and they're getting more and more realistic by the day, they actually, in a lot of people's minds, pose a threat, not just to individual people, as we'll see, but possibly to society at large, say a lot of people who are really worried about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and we're not talking about, I'm assuming the fake lip reading thing, that's deep fake, right? Or is that just no manipulation of video whatsoever, and that's just people using their voice?
So what that is it's just somebody pretending like they're just fake lip reading and then doing a voiceover.
So they're not manipulating the video at all?
No.
Okay.
No, they're just doing a really bad job of lip reading.
Those are hysterical.
They are hilarious. I would put those up with the G.I. Joe PSAs.
Yeah.
Like pork chop sandwiches. Like those are just all-time classic. Can watch them anytime and still laugh.
Have you ever seen the G.I. Joe's action figures on like the dead roadkills?
No.
It's sad because it's a dead animal, but
Sure.
there'll be like, a dead squirrel in the road and someone will pose like a G.I. Joe action figure with his like foot on his head holding up his gun.
It's a trophy game.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I could see that.
Let's put it this way. It's as funny as you can make a picture of a dead animal.
Right.
That I assume got hit by a car.
You hope.
But
I mean,
who
maybe
knows?
they are like killing squirrels just to...
After reading this, I don't doubt anything, and it makes me hate the internet even more.
All right, so let's get into this a little bit, okay, Chuck? calm down. We're not allowed to have personal positions on these things.
Oh, that's right.
So this is totally a neutral thing.
Okay.
So there's this really interesting Gizmodo article that talked about the history of kind of not necessarily deepfakes, but altering videos, like presenting a doctored video as reality.
Yeah.
And apparently there was a long tradition of it at the beginning of cinema, where people got their news from newsreels. Like you actually go to a movie theater to see the news because you were just a early 20th century yokel living in Kansas or something like that.
Yeah. And after reading this bit, I thought that was a very Gizmodo way to say, here's one not so interesting fact that really has not much to do with this.
Oh, I love it.
Really?
I personally selected it and put it in here.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny.
I think it's great.
Yeah, they used to fake real life events and recreate them.
Don't try to backpedal.
And that has nothing to do with deepfakes.
It does, because one of the big problems or threats from deepfakes is it's a way of seeing what you think is news, but it's not. It's a sham. It's recreated.
Yeah, the difference I see is they were recreating real news events and just like, here, you didn't see it, so this is what it may have looked like.
But they were passing it off as real. And therein lies the tragedy of all time.
I thought it was a very thin Gizmodo-y.
Whatever. We'll edit this part out.
Webster's defines deepfakes.
I like it. I put it in there specifically because I thought it was good.
That's all right.
Okay, so we'll take another tack.
Okay. Why don't we just talk about deepfakes?
So, Chuck, let's talk about deepfakes. We can just cut there. So deepfakes actually are super new.
Yeah.
And the reason they're called deepfakes is because in late 2017, I think November, this guy who is a Redditor, a guy who posts on Reddit.
That's your first warning sign.
Not necessarily. Reddit's pretty sharp and smart and got some good ideas going on.
Oh, yeah?
As of all the social media platforms, I throw my 2 cents in with Reddit.
All right.
But there was a Redditor called Deepfake, Deepfake, all one word. Mm-hmm. And he said, hey, world, look at what I figured out how to do. And he started posting pornography, but with celebrities' faces transposed on it. Mm. And he said, this is just my hobby, but here's how I did it. And he said that he used, I'm assuming it's a him. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. I'm going to go with a man.
Okay.
And he said, I just used Keras and TensorFlow, and these are a couple of basically open source AI programs that this guy was smart enough to figure out how to use to train to create these videos where you take a celebrity's face and put it on a clip from a porn movie, and it looks like the celebrity is doing what you're seeing.
Right.
And at first it was kind of hokey and it was very obviously not real.
Yeah, I think the scary part was how quickly and easily it could be done. Motherboard, who we used to write for every now and then. Remember that?
I tried to forget. They tried to forget for sure.
Yeah, Vice hit us up, I feel like 7 or 8 years ago.
I'm trying to forget, and you're making it really hard right now.
Said, you guys want to write some blogs for Motherboard? We said, sure. So we did.
We did. We wrote 10.
Yeah, you can probably go find those in the internet if you want to learn how to drive a stick shift or something.
The fine people at Motherboard scrub those from the internet forever.
Let's hope so. So this deepfake character figures this out. Another guy released a downloadable desktop software that said, here, you can do this awful thing too.
Right. Within 2 months of deepfake coming out and saying, look what I did and here's how I did it, somebody said, that's a really good idea. I'm going to turn it into an app and give it to everybody.
That's right. And now people can, at this time, this was a very short time ago, and it's really come a long way in the past, not even 2 years.
Right.
Because this was late 2017, right?
Late 2017, early 2018 when it really first popped up.
Yeah, so this thing was downloaded 100,000 times in the first month alone. And some people used it for fun stuff, like putting Nick Cage in movies he wasn't in.
Yeah, those are called derp fakes.
Yeah, they've all got fun names, don't they?
Dude, Nicolas Cage's Yoda is patently, objectively hilarious.
I didn't like that one. I thought the Raiders of the Lost Ark thing was interesting, I guess, but none of them made me laugh.
Okay.
Maybe I just don't have that kind of sense of humor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never was like, oh my God, that's hysterical. It's Nick Cage's face.
I understand where you come from. I don't think I was in stitches or anything like that, but it's pretty great.